Hello and welcome to MUNCHEEZ, a Del Hope Media and Life is Pain production.
Today we are making some mac and cheese hash brown balls wrapped in bacon with jalapeno poppers.
Oh yeah.
So that looks good. Here we go. Chopping up some jalapenos, getting these ready for our jalapeno poppers. These will be cored and stuffed with cream cheese. That will be the center of the mac and cheese ball.
Oh yeah, creamy and delicious.
Make sure that when you do this, if you don't want it too spicy, you cut out a lot of the veins and most of the seeds. For this step, we are cutting up some green onions. Just get them a nice uniform shape. And for this step, we're going to combine the cream cheese with the green onions. This is going to be what we stuff into the jalapeno poppers.
You don't have to use your hands like I am. You can absolutely use a wooden spoon or an electric mixer.
But if you don't have any of that, your hands work just fine.
Oh yeah, just a little gross.
It's kind of like Play-Doh
That you eat.
Didn't we all eat Play-Doh as a kid? So in this step, you can see that we are now packing the center of the jalapeno that we just cored with that delicious Play-Doh-like mixture. Once you get all these stuffed, go ahead and set them aside, and we will get ready for the next process. Here we are cutting some onions.
Doing a nice cross-hatched pattern so that it comes out nice and evenly diced. Then we're going to chop the other half once we're done with the dicing.
Here we go with some potatoes. This is going to be the outside layer, or one of the outside layers of the mac and cheese hash brown ball. Just go ahead and shred up as many potatoes as you feel you want.
There's no such thing as too much hash brown layer?
Never. Just want it to be enough that it's going to get crispy on the outside, but not too much that it's going to be mushy on the inside.
Also, you're going to want to soak those potatoes in ice water after you've shredded them.
Yes, if you didn't know that, that prevents the potatoes from browning.
Now we're making mac and cheese.
Yep.
We're adding butter, milk, and cheese.
Go ahead and combine all that butter, your milk, your cheese, and your cooked pasta into a large pot. And you're going to mix that up until it's well combined.
And then you're going to add spinach for health. Also the onion.
Add a little bit of salt to that. You never want some bland mac and cheese. That's never a good thing.
Yep. You don't have to add that flour. I added it to thicken it up.
So go ahead and just give that a good mix. Make sure it's well incorporated. So now we're going to prep our bacon.
We've laid out a sheet of saran wrap, and then we lay down 4 pieces of bacon.
The saran wrap is just going to serve as a way for you to wrap your mac and cheese ball up so it doesn't come apart while you put it in the freezer to firm up a little bit.
Yes, the freezing we found is key. During our testing, the balls would fall apart if we didn't freeze them.
So here you can see we are generously packing a large amount of that mac and cheese around one of those jalapeno poppers.
Blasphemy.
It's almost like a baseball size.
Yeah.
And then you go ahead and just take a handful of hash browns or your raw potatoes and just kind of mash the hash browns into the mac and cheese so they hold on there pretty
Like
well.
a snowball.
More or less. And then you're going to go ahead and just set that down in the center of your pieces of bacon and just wrap one end over the other continuously until you've wrapped all of the ends over each other. And you should be with this, be left with this nice little ball of what looks like just bacon, but there's definitely more than bacon in there.
Yep. And then you're gonna wrap it in the saran wrap. Make sure it's nice and tight. Throw that sucker in the freezer for like 15 minutes.
Just give it a little twist. Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna preheat your oil while the mac and cheese balls are freezing in the deep freeze.
Be careful not to overfill your fryer.
Yeah, we did that. New fryer life. We didn't know what the appropriate oil level was.
So now once you've let your mac and cheese ball firm up enough and your oil is preheated, go ahead and unwrap it from the saran wrap and stick a few toothpicks into the hash brown ball.
I used 6 for this one, but honestly, 4 will suffice.
You basically want to just put the toothpicks on the spot on there where the bacon would unwrap from, just to hold those ends on. Then you're going to go ahead and fry it for about 10 to 15 minutes.
You're gonna want to check on it about every 5 minutes. We did it just to make sure that the oil hadn't burned or the fryer was overfilling. You know, you can never be too careful when you're heating oil.
We just checked it just now. It looked alright. It wasn't brown enough. We'll leave it in there for just a little bit longer.
As you can see, we've got a bit of an oil mess. We overfilled our fryer. We did not take into account that the bacon ball was going to be softball sized.
So once you check it and it's brown enough and looks to be crispy enough, it should be about this color, like a dark, almost brownish red color.
Like crispy bacon at Denny's or wherever you get your breakfast.
Be careful when you're taking it out so that it doesn't fall apart or fall back into the oil and burn yourself. And yes, that is me taking a bite of this delicious mac and cheese ball, and if you can tell by the look on my face, I'm enjoying it.
Delicious. That's right. That's the face of satisfaction right there.
Oh yeah. It's good stuff. That cheese string.
And this has been MUNCHEEZ, a Del Hope Media and Life is Pain production.